Good morning, Panther fans. All I can say is the late games are over, and I'm laughing my ass off at Stu because it's cold there in Florida. It's 53 degrees, and that we're not going to see 53 degrees maybe for the next 10 days as our high. And that's warm. We open up the windows when it gets up into the 50s this time of year. We open up the windows.
Yeah, well, keep talking. I'm going to go put a sweatshirt on.
He's gonna open. Oh, it's I don't know how I feel about it when I wake up. Because first thing I do I'm done getting ready and I take the dogs out is I check the video, make sure everything went well. Like we've had those glitches with the sound. And when I'm waking up and it says published 4 hours ago, that's not good. That's not good because that means I was still awake when it published, and I'm awake now. Just do the math. There's not a lot of time in between.
Woo!
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Listen, everybody that's from Florida knows it's crystal blue skies out, but it's freaking cold if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning. AJ's in the chat, says we had a good 40 and the ass 20. I'm curious what Stu's opinion is.
So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Flying Fluffy Hockey, the number one Panther fan podcast in the world. Just want to give a shout out to 3 new subscribers, actually 4, but my mom had a best friend named, her name is Adrian. She celebrated her 89th birthday last night. So I went out to dinner with her and her daughter Nan and her granddaughter Egan, who played hockey at Hobart.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, big hockey fans, Islander fans, not Panther fans, but shout out to you guys. Thanks for dinner last night, and welcome to the channel.
All right. You didn't pay for dinner? Is that what you're saying?
No, we went out to this.
I'm busting your balls, man.
All right, well, it's too early in the morning.
I just called him and woke him up out of bed. 20 minutes later, I'm giving him.
I'm done with these late night games, bro.
You're done with them.
Yeah, especially after this disgusting way of saying goodnight to us last night. I mean, let's just say that was one of the ugliest third periods.
Oh.
I mean, we dominated this team for 2 periods.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah, go ahead.
Our downfall last night was not putting the puck in the net in the first or even the second period. But let's just say we had our chances.
Yep. And
you made a good point the other day when you said we're getting a lot of rebound chances and nobody's there to get the rebounds.
Yeah.
That was it again last night. But I don't understand. I really don't understand how we could place, so we didn't play great, but we played good enough to win against the team we should beat. And then we have these brain farts. Like, who coughed it up at the blue line? Was it Kachuk?
It was Barkov.
Oh, on the power play?
Yeah, that's why I texted you, because when he did it the second time and there was almost another shorty, that's when I texted you he had been terrible because it was his mistake on the first one as well.
And it's just – and again, you guys look at Stolarz, look at his style of play. Why is he on his knees? Why is he on his knees when a guy's coming in on him?
Right.
You stand up and challenge him. So, no, he's on his knees and, Backlund just backhands it above him. And it's happened numerous times this year. But we never should have put ourselves in that position.
Right.
We should have been up, 2-3 goals on this team. Should have been 3 or 4-1 going into the third. Game over.
Yeah,
we're not. And Goldie has to be. He's got to shut up about that jinx. What did he say? We was 17 or 18 0-2 going into the third period.
I didn't hear it.
Without trailing.
I didn't hear it. Jeez. Well, look.
Man, you're real enthusiastic today as well, huh? You've had it.
Dude, Kyle and I stayed up for all 4 late games. We scored 1 goal in 3 of the games combined.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
I mean,
Who texted me? Who texted me? Was it Dana? Somebody texted me earlier in the day about blah 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 scoring, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember who it was. Forgive me, guy or gal, whoever texted me about the scoring, and I'm like, I hope we didn't shoot our load the game before the 5 goals in Edmonton.
yeah,
Well,
Edmonton.
we could have used a couple. We could have used a couple of those.
Yeah. What the main thing I'm seeing, especially on the power play, God, if I got to see one more full on cross ice pass, not like one person to one, like full on. I'm over here, and I know that there's 2 defenders in between me and the other guy, but I'm going to send this pass across over there anyway.
Yeah, let's just give the other team. Let's just see how many times out of 10 the other team can steal it from us, go
Right.
down and score, and win the game.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's so telltale what we do.
Right.
That's the thing. It's not like we're mixing it up, and it's Montour to Barkov. Barkov back to Montour.
You're calling it too fast. You're calling it too fast. You're calling it too fast. It doesn't happen that fast. It's Montour to Barkov. He circles around and recollects. He takes a look around. He's got Ekblad on the other side. He gets it to Ekblad. Ekblad's looking. He's got it. He's getting towards the blue line. He's coming back towards the
Ekblad. Ekblad's second team, and all Ekblad does, eggplant. He lobs softballs to the goalie.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, what happened? What happened to his egg blast? What happened to his shot?
Now hold on, because I want to talk about that. Because I mean, you're not wrong, but I brought that up on the stream. Because remember, it was a torn shoulder, and guess what? The other thing, forget everything else. What is he not doing on a nightly basis that he always did before? Breaking his stick. His shot. He don't have whatever that torque was that was breaking that stick every night. He at least still had the shot. And now you're right. The shot is like it's a softball, and I haven't seen him break a stick all year. And before it was sometimes 2 a night he would break his stick.
Well, now all he's doing is breaking his stick over the opposing player and getting a fucking dumbass slashing penalty when we're down 1 goal. Listen, Nearful was on with me after the game. I've been pretty consistent, haven't I? Pretty much game in, game out. He's got to go, man.
I know.
He's got to go. He's not helping our team.
I have an alternate solution.
You have a what?
I have an alternate solution. So, good morning, Dylan.
They're doing the lawn. They're further back, but
well, if you have to go inside, you have to go inside.
I'm listening. Go ahead. Give me an alternative because I'm done. I'm done. The guy sucks.
I know.
Time to trade his ass.
But I don't think we're ever going to trade his ass. I talked about this in the recap last night. My issue with Ekblad is not necessarily Ekblad. It's because Forsling and Larson was a damn good top pair. Larson was scoring goals. And because he's Ekblad, we just moved Larson to the bottom pair, put Ekblad there, and now that whole pair, defensively, it's fine. But nobody
It's not so fine. I 100% agree with you. We talked about this the other day. Forsling and Larson were doing real well. They gelled pretty good together.
Right.
And you're right, because he's Ekblad. The hype. I just can't believe the pundits thinks this guy's a superstar. He's not. He's average at best.
Right.
I'm just so fired up right now because I see so many mistakes and like enough's enough. We're not going to be able to trade him. So I mean, I'm pissing in the
look.
wind here. There's no
Look.
trade. I mean, good agent Bobby Orr, but I wouldn't re-sign him.
Well, I mean,
Not at 7.5 mil, and he's going to want that 8-year term deal, so he's set for life.
Yeah.
Listen, we can add Montour to the mix too, because he ain't doing shit either.
Well, Montour looks like himself now.
He's coming.
Now you go too far. Now,
all right. Well, all I'll say is, again, can somebody give me the stats?
Stu's fired up
before Montour and Ekblad, and after
I got
Montour
a video.
I
got a video. If you would watch the recap at 2 a.m. when I'm uploading it,
I don't want to do that and be influenced by your greatness.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I got a video coming in the next couple of days specifically about that. So just breathe. Just breathe. Okay?
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you, but it's not you.
Well, yeah, you might want to. Why don't you bring it inside, man? Because you're cold.
I'm smoking.
Oh, shit, man. Because it's picking up pretty heavy on the mic. It's only going to last so much longer anyway. So take your last hits.
Hey, shut up!
There, you see, that's proof. He doesn't only bitch about Ekblad. So as for the rest of the team.
Hey, Ryan Lundberg, what happened to you, bro? Where are you, bro? Ryan Lundberg, calling Ryan Lundberg.
It was going to be a good line, but he stepped right on it.
Steven Lawrence.
I can't help it. I woke him up too, and can you believe this?
Yeah,
I'm having a conversation with I'm having a conversation with the crowd. 20 minutes ago, I woke him out of bed. Now he's all fired up. Oh, jeez. Ekblad's all right. He's not the end of the world.
Oh, boy.
Don't tell Stu I said that, though. He just needs to not be on the top pair.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was telling him how you're right. We should trade Ekblad. So the other thing is, last night, I mean, I was trying to lay out a line, but it's ruined now. Damn it. Yeah, you're wrong. You're not wrong. Lomberg, that whole fourth line, Lawrence is not.
Nope.
Stenlin's doing what he can at 3C, but there's just too many guys not putting the puck in the back of the net, and we're getting chances, but that power play, I mean, I don't know if I'm more upset at how the power play is laying out or at Maurice's attitude about it, which is basically like,
At this point, I'd rather not even have a power play.
Oh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
And you look at other teams and how they move the puck around with purpose, and there's a lot of gaps in our game right now that need to be filled.
I mean, it's rare when it's like on one hand you look at the roster and like, well, these are the guys we went with last year. I mean, there's one guy out of the top 9 that's changed. These are the guys, And on the other hand, that's 1 goal in 3 games. And correct. I know we had the 5 against Edmonton in there, but Edmonton, when they have been bad, they have been bad on defense. And remember, the night before we got 5 on them, Tampa got 7.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Edmonton's problem is not their offense.
And they put Picard out there, who, I mean, that's that
was very surprising. But whatever, whatever. Yeah. Let me give one. I don't want to come off as being just negative. I want to
let you talk for a second. I got to move something because I got a beam of light coming in and it's bouncing from the other side of the room. So I'll be right back.
All right. So I do want to give some props to some guys that I thought were playing their asses off last night, and I'm not the biggest Nick Cousins fan, only because I think he gets many opportunities to score and he doesn't. But I want to give a big hats off to Nick Cousins last night, because that guy was working hard. Every shift he was working hard and banging bodies, and just some of the decisions that he makes with the puck as far as passes and keeping it and trying to do too much. I don't know, but I do want to give him a big props for his work ethic last night. Um, Luosterainen, I thought he had a decent game, although none of these guys are scoring, and you can't have a team depending on Sam Reinhart, Carter Verhaeghe. All right, we'll put Barkov in there. So where is the rest of the team scoring goals? I mean, it was like a year or 2 years or 3 years ago. We were the team that had the offense spread out.
Right.
We were a team that had like six guys that had 20 goals or 25 goals. Where did that team go? I mean, obviously, the run and gun style is pretty much gone. So we're playing Maurice's, defensive game. But playoff hockey, 2-1, 3-2 games. We're gonna see a lot of those. But during the regular season, I don't know. But I'm calling out all the Panthers that are not scoring goals.
Right.
That should be scoring goals. Chuck E. Cheese, man, I love you. What has he got?
I know five.
Five goals?
He's on pace for less than 15 goals.
I wonder how many he had last year at this time.
Yeah.
But
probably already had more than 15.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Verhaeghe, he's tearing it.
Yeah.
Verhaeghe's bringing it every night, and not just his offense. He's. I'm talking about now guys and their work ethic. Because we talked about that with Billy, and and Billy even kind of sort of gently admitted that a lot of guys weren't showing up. It's tough for Billy because
he knows those guys. Yeah.
Let's just say I think he was being
generous.
He was being generous and diplomatic in what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I'll translate it. The guys ain't working for shit. I just we're not going to be able to go anywhere in the playoffs with two lines.
No, and it's barely two.
And
now,
look at our record. Again, all our losses. What are we, 8-9 against the Western teams?
The Western teams were struggling with.
We used to dominate the West.
The other thing that we're struggling with is team gets up by a goal or God forbid two. I mean, if it's late. Now, if team gets up 1-0 in the first period, we good. But last night when Calgary when they got that shorty, there was nothing. There was nothing I saw while I was watching the game that made me think, okay, here we go. Here we come. We're going to.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's really wild that you said that because in the past, we've always had that feeling, oh, we're going to come back. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just like those guys in the locker room think, no problem, we got this. Didn't have that last night. And there's been other games when, in fact, I texted you something about, now we're just going to run out of time.
Right. You texted me that a lot this year. Okay. Because that's what's happened is we have just, we'll get down a goal. There's still 12 minutes left. And
no desperation.
No desperation. No nothing.
Yeah, they bring desperation with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. And
Too late.
And then that whole thing. I mean, we get the penalty, and y'all know I hate pulling a goalie anyway, but damn it. He pulls Stolarz. It's a 6-on-4 now. And Montour, it's a 6-on-4. There's still well over a minute left. Just carry it out of the zone and let everybody reset if there's no play. If you're skating backwards, you don't have to try to backhand cross ice pass it to nobody. Just keep the puck on your stick, come out. I mean, it'd take 6 seconds for everybody to come out and enter the zone again. and at least have a chance. You cannot do that.
Hockey
So
IQ plays a big part.
yeah, that really pissed me
The
off.
the mental part of the game,
But
like they say.
not that long before that, and I talked about this in the recap too. God, I
Yeah, go ahead. Listen,
Rod,
I didn't watch your recap, so I mean,
Rodriguez. No, Rodriguez is a good player, nice player. He is what he is. He serves a purpose, good role. Okay. But the thing that he does, he did it again last night, is he will be like almost at the boards, all the way on the other side of the ice in the offensive zone. And he will consistently try to thread passes through two defenders, and it just always ends up going back the
yeah,
other way. And we were not playing smart when we
that's
had the puck last night at all.
that's the most important thing that you said so far. We did not play smart.
Yeah. Yeah. So look,
I mean, Rodriguez was flying out there as well last night. It's just, if those two players, Cousins and Rodriguez, could just channel and, laser beam focus their energy just a little bit more concise, we'd be, putting pucks in the net.
well, everybody. I mean, when you look at it, Kachuk's not scoring. Okay. Bennett's never been a big goal guy anyway. He usually gets about 15 anyway. That's not his game. That's fine. But last year, the depth scoring, I mean, Eric Stahl last year was getting important goals for us on many of the nights when we were playing like ass. There was about a month stretch there where he was really good and got us, set several goals.
Yep.
And we're not seeing that from the depth guys, and we're not even really getting. I would venture a guess that right now we're getting much less production out of our third line than we got out of last year's fourth line.
I'd agree.
So I don't know what the answer is, man. I mean, I keep reconfiguring the lines, and I've got that one top nine that I like with Lundell up at the top with Barkov. But I mean,
Yeah, speaking of the captain,
yeah,
where's our leader? Where's our leader? And you're the one that brought it up to me last night, and I like,
right.
oh yeah. See, I wasn't even thinking about Barkov because he was like nowhere.
Nowhere. No, it's just we
You know,
have these.
some it's got to be a captain that just takes over and says, "Okay, guys, you're climbing on my back,"
Right.
and
Right.
I'm not seeing that, and I'm not seeing that this road trip for sure.
No, and that's the thing. Yeah, Gators Tim says Barkov is at the beach with Huberto. um,
Yeah, we could talk about that elephant real quick.
well, yeah, plus then we got the schedule coming up. Um, I mean we got the Blues on Thursday, but then after that we got
Vegas.
Vegas, Tampa, and the Rangers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or we could be in fourth place by the time the end of the week rolls around.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. We're still
All
4 point.
good, all good teams. Obviously, never mind. Not obviously, and they're not all good teams. Other than St. Louis, great teams. Well, other than St. Louis and Tampa, I don't think Tampa's in the great category, but for sure, Vegas, number one in the league. Rangers, probably number three in the league. Those are games that the team we saw last night, we ain't beating them.
No, no. I
And I
mean,
wanted to go. I want to go. Tom, I don't know if you're watching, but I want to go Saturday night to the Vegas game.
that's
We're
the.
supposed to go.
Is it? I
Haven't
don't
missed
know.
the Vegas game here since they came in the league. But
Actually, Saturday afternoon,
oh yeah, 1 o'clock,
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, our season could drastically be changed in the next 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, now look, we have had the bad Canadian road trips before, and there's been years before where we would hit that trip in January. We used to get it in January,
Correct.
and and we would start the trip, you know, 2 points out of the 8 seed, and by the time we come home, we'd be 6, 7 points out, and it'd be done. So
Yeah, good. Yeah, good point.
you
Yeah,
know, as much as this sucks, I'm willing to see how they do on this homestand and see if they can get back to. I mean, the number of guys not scoring. Eventually, somebody has to break out of the slump. For freaking hell! I mean, it's a long list, bro. It's a long list.
yeah.
And
Pretty much the whole team, besides
for Hagee, Reinhardt,
besides yeah, besides
Barkov is yeah.
yeah, Barkas on the peripheral. We'll just say Reinhardt and Verhage have been our offense.
Yeah. Well, and
Aside from
before
what's that?
saying before Ekblad and Montour came back,
Yeah,
OEL and Mikula too.
yeah. Before Montour came back, when Mikula, let's
But
see.
but
I'm
I
talking
did
about just the defense.
right.
Larson and Mikula were banging in. Stenlin hasn't had a goal in a few games.
He's already at his career high, so I mean he's already overachieved.
But listen,
That's true.
nothing will just shift gears a sec, because
Yeah.
we've got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Nothing is as worse as the downfall of Johnny Boy Hooby Dooby Doo.
Yeah. I mean he's I don't mean this as an insult, but now I see what Calgary fans are talking about. I mean, he would do some things when he was with a when but last night, I mean, he's dogging it. He's not even checked in. He's
His
checked
head's
out.
not in the game.
Yeah, he's checked out, man.
Yeah, it's just amazing the impact this trade has had on this kid. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's ever going to recover. Doesn't look like it to me. You would think, it's a business. They know it's a business. I mean, it's not like he lost his job and now he's out of work and not making $11 million.
Right. Right.
All right, granted, he's not, coming home from practice and, lounging by the pool in 80-degree sunny weather, but still, he's getting paid $11 million. I've watched a lot of games, or let's just say games, as many games, Calgary games as I can, just to see him.
Right.
And game in, game out, he's checked out, bro.
Yeah, he's checked out. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
So the prediction that I made last year, after I saw enough of what I'm still seeing,
Yeah.
his days in Calgary are numbered. Don't be surprised if it's, and I keep saying the logical place would be the Montreal Canadiens.
What are they going to do? Eat half the salary?
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
at
bro.
half, it would be worth it for Montreal to have him at half, but would it be worth it to Calgary to eat half? That's like, I mean, that's like a Bubba deal to just eat half of his. I mean, that's a long. Remember, the 8 years kicked in this year. You know what I mean? It was so. I mean, I don't necessarily. I'm not saying I disagree with what you're saying, but that's a lot for Calgary to eat. You're talking about $5, maybe $6 million a day.
What do you do? What do you do? Do you have a player that's making that much money that's just eating somebody else's ice time that really is not playing? Forget about up to his expectations.
Right.
He's not even playing half.
No.
Goldie said that, and you could look up the stats. He hasn't scored since November 20th.
Yeah, not even a point. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just look at him on the bench. You just look at him. You don't hear his name, and you don't see that flair last night, the great passes that he used to make.
Right.
And I don't buy that. Well, he's not playing with Barkov and Verhage or whatever. I just players adapt and play with who they play with.
Yeah, no, he's checked out. So Tim says Panthers should make a trade for Nick Paul. I mean,
Nick Paul?
yeah. I mean, nothing's going to matter if all these guys stay in a slump the whole year. There's no unless we. I don't even think Connor McDavid could save us at this point if everybody keeps scoring at the clip that they're scoring. You know what I mean? I mean, it has to turn around.
Yeah,
even just a little bit. I mean, geez,
Well, I don't know who mentioned it in the Twitter feed, but our power play coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever had the brilliant idea of putting Eggplant back on the power play is just. I mean, the only 2 shots that I saw him take were literally softball, lob. Like,
No,
you're right. That shoulder. You're right.
Yeah.
And he ain't breaking sticks. You're right.
I hadn't even thought about. I mean, I talked about it last night, but then I didn't put it all together until this morning. It could legitimately be a thing because, well, I mean, I talked about the sticks last night because I noticed the shot was really soft, and I'm like, I haven't seen him break a stick yet. And everything else set aside, the Larson at the top and everything else set aside, that could possibly still be a residual problem because we saw it with Barkov last year. Remember, he came into camp and he all bulked up and his shot looked like ass and he didn't look like himself again until after he lost all that weight when he got sick. So it's possible Ekblad's still working that shoulder back into place, and he was only out there when they said you won't get hurt again. But
but you can't. Then don't play.
I'm not saying. I'm just.
You're not 100%.
I know.
Don't play, but
I know
that the Ekblast is gone.
That's
he's not even taking the fact that he's had the opportunity to take those, which he 99% of the time would have taken. Yeah, that's a telling.
Right.
That's a telling thing that you just really. Yeah, maybe I'm switching back ADD going to Barkov. Maybe he's got that flu bug or whatever that's going around. I didn't even think about it until just now that
right.
Obviously Lundell's out, but
yeah,
when a virus or whatever hits one player, then another. It usually makes its rounds.
Right.
I mean, remember last year we had like 6 guys out at one game.
I know. Yep.
So who knows? But
right.
Barkov definitely looked listless out there.
Yeah. Let's just get home, get into the sunshine. Even though it's not that super warm down there, it'll be warm to those guys. And let's see how they do on this homestand. But I mean,
Billy Lindsay, got to look at the big picture, guys. Okay, Billy.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't disagree. But 3 out of 4 games, you got 1 goal combined. It's all right. That's about the limit. That, you know what I mean? All right, you went on your Western Canada trip. It was ass. Thank God we beat the Oilers. Okay. And salvaged something out of it. It wasn't 0 for 4 on the late games.
Yeah. I'm really worried about, what'd you say, St. Louis, Vegas, Rangers, Tampa?
Tampa Rangers. So it's
Tampa and the Red Wings?
No, St. Louis, Vegas, Tampa, Rangers.
Range. Yeah.
And it doesn't stop then.
It never does.
The homestand is against the Canadians. The ends against the Canadians. Then we go out on the road again, and we actually have a couple late games again. And it's the next trip is the Coyotes, who are in a playoff spot right now. And then we got the Knights, Avalanche, Blues, Kings, Devils. So they better start scoring some goals and quick.
Well, just concentrate on the next 4 games.
Right.
January historically has not been our best month. and a lot of our seasons have gone down the toilet bowl.
So Gators Tim says Montour 5.8, Forsling 7.2, and Sammy 8.5. The problem is we don't have that much money.
Yeah, there's no way.
We have 19 million. If we fill out the rest of the roster with guys that are making 1 million or less, and we keep the same prices for like OEL and players like that, we have 19 million for Montour, Forsling, Sammy, and Lundell. We have 19 million for the four guys.
Well, that's
if we fill out the roster with minimum wage players. What'd you say, Stu?
I don't know. The magician's really going to have to pull two rabbits out of his hat, because now signing OEL has become a up on the list of
I hope so.
Guys that we have to. I mean, we got a really good defenseman there. They don't grow on trees. A veteran that still has 3, 4, 5 years left, in my opinion. He looks good out there.
Yeah, Tim.
And then you got I don't know how long they've signed. They signed Mikula for 3, right?
Yeah.
And then, did they sign Kulikov for 3?
No, he's just on the 1 year.
All right, so I'd like to sign him, but I don't think Ryan. He probably could get it, but I don't think he's going to get 8.5 from us.
Well, it just depends on what Zito's moves are. Like we've talked about it. I mean,
Gush deserves 7.
Right.
If you compare him to other defensemen in the league.
Right.
Fuck. Sorry, guys.
He's got to go inside.
But Montour, just based on this year's play,
right,
does not deserve big money.
No, he'll get it. He'll get it from somebody.
Yeah, he'll get it from somebody.
Yeah. Yep.
But be prepared. Be prepared to lose him.
Yeah, no, between Mikula and Larson, like we said, if it saves us Reinhardt and Forsling and everything else, right? So,
well,
all right, Panther fans.
Wait, this is gonna continue this because this is important.
Yeah.
Again, everybody might think it's personal that I just hate Ekblad. I really don't. I just hate that you got a player with so much talent that is just a shell of himself. And I think that his numerous injuries have they've just robbed him of what he could have been. And don't forget, the guy's had 4 concussions. We don't even talk about that. We're talking about, the broken leg and the ankle and the shoulder and this, and all debilitating injuries.
Right.
But God forbid, a million times he gets rocked the wrong way. That's the end of that. Game over.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a tough situation because you draft a kid, you develop them, and then little by little the injuries have robbed him of even being worth the 7.5.
And that's the thing that's the thing that Nerfel said to me last night. I don't have my phone; it's outside. But he said basically, who's going to take him?
Right.
How much of his salary we would have to eat? So, is it at the end of next season? Right?
It's after this season, over the summer. Once we're into the technical next hockey year, his modified no move clause kicks in. So
okay,
I think it's.
So we got one more year. We got one more year on his contract. Is that what you're saying?
Let me look.
I think so. I think it's been 8 years.
Aaron Ekblad contract. I think he's got 2 years at the modified. Let me see. Yeah. He's got. Oh no, I'm wrong. Damn it. I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm wrong. Wait a minute. No, I'm right. This is 23 to 20. I'm losing a year. I'm so unsure of myself, but I am wrong and you are right. this year is 23-24, dumbass Jaws. So yes, next year 24-25, he's got the modified no trade clause, and that's the last year of his deal.
Okay.
So after this season, other than the teams that he's got on that list, we can trade him to whoever will take him, and we don't have to worry about re-signing him. I don't, and there's many times I would love Bill Zito's job, and that ain't one of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So at the best, we find somebody that takes him. We don't eat any of his salary because he's Aaron Ekblad. Or at the worst, we have to put up with him for another year, and then at the end of his contract, we let him go. Let him fucking sign for $8 million somewhere else. He's not going to get anywhere near the kind of money he's making.
Right.
But there would be a team to take him just because he's Aaron Ekblad.
I mean,
But every general manager sees what we're seeing, and this is a player that's nowhere near the player that he was before all the injuries.
No,
So
I mean,
it just doesn't help us in our cap situation.
No, not right now.
This year,
no,
or come the end of the year.
Well,
So,
it does, but let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it will be a miracle upon miracles to see Reinhardt, Forsling, Montour, Lundell, OEL, to see all of those guys still with the team next season.
Yeah, no, one of them will be gone, or Spencer Knight will be gone. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. But yeah, beat me to it. Yeah. What do we do with Spencer Knight? Do we give up on the kid because he's making $5 million?
I don't know if give up is the right word. I mean, Bob is. I mean, you ask Spencer Knight. You say, "Do you want to stay in the AHL and be the backup for the next 2-3 years at least?" Because Bob, I mean, the first Bill Zito video I did, the first one I did, the joke at the end of the video is that Bobrovsky wants an extension, and don't be surprised when that's prophetic. You know what I'm saying? that was the first joke at the end of it, and I just got that kind of feeling like it's because it's gone backwards. The longer he's been here, the less we want to get rid of him, and now we're kind of going the other way. It's like, can he play a few more years?
Yeah,
you know. So
well, if only Talon could have had, brains in his head, which he didn't. Just look at the Dave Bolin signing, and we could have gotten Bob for $5 or $6 million instead of 10, which is like,
I know.
Can you say that Vasilevsky is worth 10? Yes. Can you say that Shesterkin is worth 10? Yes. Can you say that? Well, who else can you say that's worth 10 million? That's like an unheard number for a goaltender.
Right. I know.
$5 million for a backup is crazy.
I know.
Backups make $1.5-2 million. How much is Stolar's making? He can't be making more than $2 million.
No, it's not much. He's actually, I think he makes less than Lyon.
So the bottom line is, we do need an heir apparent. We do need a successor to Bob. Whether Spencer Knight's the guy or not, I don't know. I mean, obviously now we know he's, for all intents and purposes, he's damaged goods.
Well,
with the mental stuff.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean,
can the kid endure being the number one with the workload that comes along with it?
I mean, he's 22. I think they did the right thing by sending him to the AHL and letting him stay there.
Yeah, of course. There was no other.
Let's put it this way. We'll put it this way. He's not had, and this is going to sound weird, but he's not, because you're wondering, can he be a number one at the NHL level? He's never had that opportunity, because every time he's been on the ice, he knows that it's just a matter of time before he's off and Bob's on again. So he's never really had the opportunity to, in his head, be like, my net, I'm good now.
Yeah, he's never had the feeling like, yeah, this is my team.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and
I agree.
I mean, he's 22 now. So all that was happening to him when he was 20, 21. I mean, there's a reason why goalies usually 24, 25 is when you really start to see them crop up. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
not, I mean, if we trade him, I wouldn't say we're giving up on him. If we trade him, to me, it would be to make room to for everybody else.
well, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's $5 million. That's a lot of money. That's a player.
It's a player. Yeah.
That's an OEL.
Yeah. No.
See,
How about we
OELs.
just win the cup this year? If we win the cup this year, we lose some guys. We're like, yeah, but we got the cup. How about
Yeah,
we just do that? Because this is getting stressful.
I wonder what the odds. How much further the odds have gone for the Panthers to win the cup, because I don't see it happening. I'm not trying to be negative, but I think everybody would agree with me. This is not a Stanley Cup champion club.
Well,
Las
okay.
Vegas, Las Vegas is.
Let
They
me.
have a good shot at repeating this year.
On one hand, I understand what you're saying. On the other hand, if I had told you at Christmas that Kachuk, Ekblad, and Montour had a combined 6 goals, but we were in third place, you would have laughed your ass off at me and told me to go take a hike.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's all because of the games that we won before the dynamic duo came back.
The
We
dynamic.
really overachieved.
Yeah.
We didn't have the expectations going in and have the end result. We didn't think we would be where we were.
Right.
Okay, we were saying, Ben, we'll be really lucky to win X amount of games or be wherever we thought we would be. I didn't think we would be, right up the Bruins, what.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the next few games, guys,
Yes.
is the season.
In a manner, this is a stretch. We've got a stretch of some good tough teams, including Vegas twice. Ay 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 ay.
Yep.
I need sleep before I get to these
Hey, you
games.
think Seattle has our number?
Yeah.
The Vegas Knights have our number. Yeah, it ain't good.
All right.
Can we end it on a? We got something positive to throw out to everybody.
Yeah. So yesterday, Lessons in Faith and Sports became available for sale on Amazon.com.
There you go.
Links are in all of the descriptions to all of the videos. It's in hardcover dust jacket format only, and it's currently, I guess because it's new, Amazon has it on sale. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me because
I think it's $30,
$30. Yeah,
and 25 cents, but
it's a little bit more expensive than I would have preferred. But there's a lot of pictures in the book, so it had to be formatted at 8.5 by 11, and I wanted the pictures to remain in color. So it's a nice book. We'll put it that way. It's a nice book. It's for sale, and links are in the descriptions to all the videos. And
yeah, so go out and buy Eric's book.
Yeah, I really appreciate.
I mean, I don't know the contents. I would, I'm curious to see how much he ragged on me in the book.
No, it's not about being a YouTuber. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Okay.
It gives the reader context as to
my
idiosyncrasies and some of the why I am the way I am.
Okay.
It starts when I'm 7 years old, so it goes all the way back, and it kind of gives all of my life lessons that I'm learning, and at the same time, I'm learning life lessons. There's also sports things and life lessons that are going on, and it just goes from point to point to point in my life. And then, of course, the last couple chapters are the disaster / spectacular year that we had last year.
Go out and buy the book, guys.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun book. All right, I'm going back to bed, bro. I don't know about you, but I'm beat.
I'm clocking in for work.
Yeah, these 4 late games have had enough. So
yeah,
yeah, sleep schedule's all screwed
up. Amen, brother. I've had enough of these late night games.
Yep. All right, everybody.
And I've had enough of Lack
Positive,
Lethar-
positive, positive. We'll see
Hit the
you
like
guys.
button. Hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you should be, because we are the number one Panther fan podcast in the world.
Yeah. And I'm also the number one Florida Panther podcast author on Amazon.
There you go.
Very, very important niche.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, guys.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Guys, try and look at the big picture. Whenever I'm like getting all steamed up about eggplant and this and that, Billy Lindsay's head rings in my ears. Stu, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, highs and lows, and you got to just look at the big picture. So there's Billy Lindsay bobblehead. Eric, you have yourself a really good day. Everybody out there, have a great day.
I'm going to bed.
And I guess we'll see you after the St. Louis game.
All right, guys. I need to sleep.